Oh yeah, they used to be in the same either the same swimming club or in the same.
Oh, fun!
Very cool.
Okay.
We just know each other.
That's neat. If we could, while we're waiting for everyone, where is everyone from? Do you all live in Minnesota? If so, where do you go to school? You're from all over the country?
Minnesota.
Okay, yeah.
I go to Bloomington, Minnesota, and I go to Oak Grove Elementary.
Okay, very cool.
I
Who
live
else?
in Woodbury and go to Valley Crossing Elementary.
Okay. Alyssa, you were saying something too. I'm sorry I missed it.
I live in Woodbury, Minnesota.
Woodbury. Okay, very good. Sophie, are you in Minnesota or where are you from?
I'm in Woodbury, Minnesota.
Woodbury, okay.
School I go to is Woodbury.
Okay, that sounds good. Is it Zoe or Zoe?
It's Zoe.
Okay. Now, are you from Minnesota or do you?
No, I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh, wow. Very cool. Well, welcome. We're glad to have you. And Peter, where are you from?
I'm from North St. Paul, Minnesota.
Okay. Excellent. And was it Meenakshi? I forget if I got it right the first time, but I forget if that was it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Very good. Who's the voice behind it?
Me.
Okay. I just couldn't see you. That's all.
Oh.
Very good. Well, we're going to wait like 1 minute and then we'll officially get started. I don't know. How many of you have been on distance learning for most of the year and are used to Zoom? Oh, wow. Just about everyone. Different districts use different platforms. So I didn't know if you use Google Meets or Google Hangouts or what you had. So very cool. Well, hi there. Welcome. Is it Shayna or Shauna?
I'm Shayna. This is Nate.
Shayna and Nate. Okay, welcome. Nice to have you.
Thank you for having us.
Of course.
Are y'all from Minnesota?
No, we're actually in Brooklyn.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Where's Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, New York. It's East Coast.
Yeah, we have Brooklyn Park here too. Wow.
Very
You
cool.
thought they said Brooklyn Park, like the suburb?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you for everyone for being here. It looks like we've got one more person to admit.
Okay. Janie.
Huh?
Hi there. Well, I think we'll kind of get started. Welcome, everyone. If more people come, we'll let them in. But my name is Ross Eichley. I am a librarian and teacher at Eagan High School in Eagan, Minnesota. And we're going to just kind of give a preview or an overview of what the speech camp is going to be like this summer. So we're excited to have you. We look forward to it. The goal of the camp is for everyone to leave a more confident, more composed, better speaker. So again, my name is Ross Eichley. I'm at Eagan High School. Just to share a little bit about myself, I've been coaching now for 18 years straight. I work with speech, I work with congressional debate, and I have 2 children. I have a son who just finished his first year of college, and I have another son who's just finishing his the end of 6th grade. Beyond that, I like sushi. I have a cat named Dante, and I like to fix old vehicles. It's kind of fun for me to fix old vehicles and drive them around. I've got a Mustang from 1966 and a pickup from 1953. They're fun to drive and fun to work with. So that's a little bit about me. I think Rebecca's going to share a little bit about herself.
Sushi?
Hi, everyone. Yep, sushi is his favorite. I'm Rebecca Freilich. I work for the Minnesota Urban Debate League, which is a program of Augsburg and runs this camp. And I used to do speech when I was in high school, and then also when I went to college, did speech and debate. And so then I moved here, started working for the UDL, coached at Eastview High School in Apple Valley, and now I assistant coach at the University of Minnesota's college speech team. And a little bit just extra stuff, I really have been enjoying bird watching, crocheting, and watching cooking videos during the quarantine. Not so much actually cooking, but I like watching other people do it.
Very cool. If we could, I'd like to go around. This is going to be a speech class or a speech camp. And during the course of the camp, we're all going to become better at speaking in front of groups of people. So if you could, would you introduce yourself and maybe share an interesting thing about yourself, like maybe your favorite food or your favorite color or something fun that you like to do when you've got free time. Let's go. I'm gonna just start in the order on my screen, and Alyssa, you're next, and then you get to pick who's next after that, okay?
Okay. So my name's Alyssa, and my favorite color is blue. And I really like to read, and I like to draw things.
What do you like to draw?
Kind of like to draw animals sometimes. And I also like to swim.
Cool.
Very cool, thank you. You get to pick who goes next. Who's ever next on your screen?
Elena.
Okay, so my name is Alina, and a fun fact about me is I was born in Taiwan.
Wow. Very cool. Excellent. If you could, you get to pick who goes next, whoever you see next on your screen.
That's Daniel.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Daniel, and my favorite color is red.
Very nice, very nice. And you get to pick who goes next, Daniel. Who do you see next on your screen?
The people on my screen are you, Rebecca, and Alina. So I have to go. Sophie. She's next.
Okay. I think you said Sophie is next.
I'm Sophie, and a fun fact about me is that I got 2 new cats on Friday night.
What kind? That's cool.
I'm not sure what kind they are.
Okay, well, awesome. You get to pick who goes next. So tell us who goes next, Sophie.
Peter.
Okay.
I'm Peter. I like coding and gaming, and I like Aqua.
Nice. Very cool. Can you pick who goes next, Peter?
Rebecca? Oh, no, wait. Zoe.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Zoe. My favorite color would also be blue, and I want to be Speaker of the House enough.
Sorry, Zoe, you froze up. Can you say what your fun fact is again?
Everyone already. So, I want to be Speaker of the House when I'm older.
Very cool. Very cool.
Snaps to that. That's great.
Hold on. I'm going to move because my Wi-Fi is being.
Okay. Would you be able to pick who goes next, Zoe?
Everybody on my screen has already gone. Nate.
Okay.
Hey, my name's Nate, and my favorite color is green.
Very cool. Nate, could you pick who goes next? Who do you see next on our screen that hasn't gone yet? I'm sorry if I missed that. Who was it that was supposed to go next, Nate? And
Janie's the next one on my screen.
Janie?
My name is Janie, and my favorite color is white.
Oh, very cool, very cool. Is that your dog in the picture, Janie?
No.
Oh, okay, I didn't know. Very cool. Could you pick who goes next?
Sarah.
All right.
Sorry, what are we doing? I came late.
That's okay. If we could know your name, maybe something fun or interesting about you, and then I think other people have also shared where they're from as they were coming in. So.
Sarah. I'm from Plymouth, and I play volleyball.
Oh, very cool.
Cool.
Very cool. And then I think the only person who hasn't gone yet, correct me if I'm wrong, oh no, there's two. Leonidas, could you go next?
Yeah, I'm Leonidas. My favorite color is pink. And one fact about me is I've been stung by a scorpion.
Ooh, ow, did it hurt?
No. Yeah, I was like 2.
Okay, all right. And then Meenakshi, have you gone?
No, I have not. So my name is Meenakshi. I from Eden Prairie, and I was born in Texas.
Oh, cool, cool.
What part of Texas?
Dallas.
Cool.
Well, wonderful. Well, we are glad to have everyone here. We kind of want to give an overview of what the speech camp will be like, so you know what to expect and you kind of see some of the people and meet some of the people that you'll be working with. Before we launch into that, we just want to go over a couple of ground rules so that we're all on the same page for today. If you've got a question or something, feel free to ask. Raise your hand. You can do it like this. You can do it digitally. We are going to need participation. Ultimately, speech camp is a performance camp, and you do learn by watching, but you also learn a lot more by doing. So we're going to have a drill or two a little bit later in the day that we can all practice, so you kind of get a feel for what some of the activities may be like. And then finally, if we could try stay as visual as possible, try avoid chat if we can. It's nice that we fit all on one screen right now. That's pretty good. It's important to Rebecca and I that we're able to answer questions and make sure you know what's going on and feel as comfortable as possible right away. So those are kind of the ground rules for today. In terms of the camp itself, I have this question, and if you could answer by raising your hand. How many of you have ever done a speech camp before? Yes, no? Okay, so this will be new to everyone. That's kind of fun. We're kind of all on the same page then. The whole point of speech camp is that you learn a variety of different ways to speak to people so that you can inform people and entertain them and persuade them, and so that you feel comfortable and strong about doing so. So we'll work on the style, how you deliver speech. We'll work on structure, how we arrange them, how we research them, how we write them. And we'll also work on substance, and that is the quality of the message that we are given. So that is kind of going to be the overarching big picture. Every single day, you'll give some sort of a speech. It may be a mini speech, 2 or 3 minutes, and then by the end of the week, you're going to be able to give a longer speech. And you get to pick what it is that you want to do, persuade, inform, or entertain, but that's kind of what we're working for. If you would be willing to be brave and bold for me, this would be really helpful. How many of you have a little bit of discomfort about having to speak in front of groups of people? Absolutely, that's, yep, to be expected. That's why we're here. We're going to help resolve that and solve that, and we're going to kind of do it in a fun way. If I could, what is nice about having the online camp that we have is that we have the ability to kind of tailor it to every person, because we're going to have asynchronous time, sometimes where we're all together like this, and other times where we break apart into smaller groups, and other times where we work individually on our own and then come back later. If you would be willing to share with Rebecca and I what it is that you're really hoping for more than anything to get out of the camp, because I'm going to take down notes and make sure that when camp starts, we're focused on you and helping each individual get what they need. I think we ended with Meenakshi last time. Would you be willing to share what you're hoping to get out of Camp Meenakshi? And then you get to pick who goes next.
I think out of this camp, I would want to be able to speak in front of people in a more persuading or informative way so that they're entertained.
Very cool. Thank you. Why don't you pick someone to go next, and then, yeah, we'll let them go.
Sarah?
You with us, Sarah?
Sorry, you guys were glitching. What did you say?
Would you be willing to share your goal for the camp? What do you want to get out of it? What do you want to work on? What do you want to focus on for yourself?
To get better at persuading people.
Okay. Could you pick who goes next?
Janie.
Well, I want to get better at speaking in front of people because I don't really like to speak in front of other people.
I would have never guessed. You're doing a good job. If you could pick who goes next, that would help us out.
Alyssa?
I want to get better at speaking in front of the public, and sometimes when I speak, I kind of get nervous sometimes, so I kind of want to change that.
All right. We can help you with that. Who do you want to go next, Alyssa? Zoe?
I want to be more confident speaking in front of other people. I'm not necessarily like scared, but I'm definitely not confident.
Butterflies a little bit?
A little bit.
No, that's cool. That's normal. We can help. Can you pick who goes next for us?
Janie?
Janie?
I already went.
So I was giggling. I think Leonidas, Nate, Daniel, Alina, all have to go yet, and Peter.
Sure, Peter.
Being more, being able to project my thoughts more, like, better.
Nope, that's good. Clarity of it. Can you pick who goes next, Peter?
Daniel?
The reason I want to, what I want to get out of speech is to become a better debater and to speak without any
Clarity. Nope, perfect. We can help. We can help. Who would you like to go next, Daniel?
Let's see. Who hasn't gone? Nate.
Yeah, I just kind of want to get better at public speaking, I guess, speaking in front of a lot of people.
Okay.
What?
Very cool. Yeah, we can help you feel more confident with that. Can you pick who goes next, Nate?
Sophie.
Sophie?
What I want to get out of this camp is being able to talk in front of many people without getting nervous.
Who else has to go yet? Alina, why don't you go?
What I want to get out of this camp is I want to be more confident. I'm not necessarily scared, just like Zoe. I just want to be more confident without like fidgeting or like stalling.
Very good. Who is left yet? We did Leonidas? I'm worried I'm saying that wrong.
No, you're saying it right.
Oh, okay. Have you shared what you're hoping to get out of camp?
No, I haven't.
Okay, could you please?
All right. I was hoping to get people to take what I say more seriously.
Ah, messaging, yeah. Oh, that's very cool. Has everyone shared? Okay. Well, I can promise you that during the course of the camp, we'll work on a lot of things to help you deal with all of that and even become more confident, more prepared, and more poised. We would like to share, we have a bit of a slide. I think Rebecca will pull it up in a moment. We're going to watch a very short video of a student who used to go to Egan High School. And this is, we're going to watch like 3, 4, maybe 5, but no more than 5 minutes of her giving a speech at the national tournament a few years ago, the final round. And when she started, she was just as nervous about speaking in front of groups as many others. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, play it. Her name is Ekta.
It is known as the ultimate battle. Once a year, the creatures emerge from their caves and fight to establish superiority. Anything can be compromised. Flesh, hair, limbs, sanity, because this is the fight for survival. But not for wild animals. It's for the upperclassmen girls that go to my high school, who are basically wild animals. My high school has a lot of really weird traditions, one of them being Powder Puff, where the senior and junior girls fight each other in what is officially considered female football. Here are the rules. Yeah, there are no rules. It's basically a giant cat fight, and there may or may not be a football on the field. One year, a knife was pulled. Another year, girls filled water guns with deer urine to squirt at the other team. Which begs the question, where did they get deer urine? But these otherwise sane girls quite literally tackle and drop kick each other because, well, they're supposed to hate each other. It's us against them. And this outlook on life isn't just something the girls at my high school share. Today, it seems that we have grown increasingly inclined to separate and disconnect ourselves from people who we see as the other, as them. Eric Klein, author of the book The Crystal Stare, defines this concept, known as otherization, to be the action of turning another person or group into an alien other, into a thing. And when we live our lives believing the world is separated into the people who are like us and the people who are like them, we turn off our ability to be tolerant, compassionate, and even empathetic. So let's corner the problem, duke it out with the impacts, and finally shake hands as we find our solutions. Now, I didn't actually play in the Powder Puff game at my school because the other girls were intimidated by my amazing athletic prowess. But to a certain degree, our tendency to otherize is hardwired into our brains. Jay Van Bavel, leader of NYU's Social Perception Lab, designed an experiment to show just how prone we are to this us versus them thinking. He simply told his participants they were on the red team or the blue team. That was all it took. Instantly, red team members were more compassionate and empathetic towards fellow teammates and became unable to sympathize with their opponents, taking pleasure in the blue team's pain. Pretty troubling. And it's even more troubling that these red teams and blue teams are so ingrained in our culture It's why violence explodes between the protesters and the police. It's why the liberals and conservatives in Congress can't get anything done. And it's why the orators, like us, would never date an extemper.
Hey there. So that was just a bit of a sample. I want to tell you a few things and then ask for some feedback on it. She was a junior that year, and when that's being recorded, she's talking in front of about 2,000 people, and many more are watching online. So what thoughts or reactions do you have to it? Of course, you didn't see the whole thing, but the point of the camp is to teach you all of the steps that you need to know that you can practice over and over to become that clear and confident and poised. Thoughts, comments that you want to share? Go ahead, Nate. I see your hand first.
Yeah, I thought it was cool how she was talking about a serious topic, but like she still like added in some jokes there and stuff to like lighten the mood, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Helps make it more persuasive. Any feedback from anyone else?
I noticed that she used like a lot of pauses and stuff, and to like accent certain things or to set up for a joke.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Yep, you'll learn about timing, that's for certain. Other thoughts or comments? Yeah, go ahead, Daniel.
Had a really good opening about like the powder puff.
Hooks them, gets people to figure out what they're talking about. Yeah. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that year she did very well. She was at nationals in the final round and took third. So that was pretty cool. The next year she won. We're going to do a bit of an activity now. And just as a review, I'm quite certain many of you have heard this maybe multiple times, but if Rebecca could, we're going to share the screen with a nursery rhyme that you've probably heard before. And this may seem kind of silly, but it's a little bit of a drill to get us to understand how we can use our voice to convey emotion and meaning and feeling. Yep.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I think you have to, yep,
Yeah.
there.
Escaping. All right, here we go.
Okay. Now, I'm hopeful that you've seen this before, but why don't we say it together so that we all know all the words so that there's no doubt whatsoever, okay? And I'll start, and you can say it with me. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. Everywhere the child went, the lamb was sure to go. Let's say that one more time together, muted, unmuted, doesn't matter. I just want to make sure everyone knows the words. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere the child went, the lamb was sure to go. Now, does anyone have any questions on this? You know it? You've got it? Okay.
Hand raised.
Oh, what's the question, Leonidas?
Why are there two lambs?
It's just a version of it. I don't know. Maybe because this is more the poem and not the one that you'd sing. All right. If we could, I'm going to send a chat message to each of you individually, and this is going to take me a little bit. But what I'm going to do is I am going to send you an emotion. Okay? It could be happy, it could be sad, it could be frustrated, it could be scared, could be any emotion, okay? And then once I send it to you, I want you to, on your own, practice saying, Mary had a little lamb, so that whomever is listening, and you'll each take a turn doing this, whomever is listening, when they share it, the rest of us should be able to figure out what emotion that they're using. Does that make sense? Yes, no? Okay, I'm going to start. This is going to take just a little bit of time to do it, but so as soon as you get a message, go ahead, start practicing on your own, and we're going to give you a moment or two, and then we'll come back and we'll all share. Okay, at this point, I believe I have been able to send a message to everyone that has an emotion. If you don't see it, if it didn't come through, raise your hand either physically or digitally, and I'll make sure to resend it. I'm going to give you about a minute and a half for you to practice, because I want this perfect, okay? And in about a minute, we're going to come back and start sharing with each other. About 30 seconds. About 10 seconds. Alrighty. I'm going to ask us to stop practicing, and let's focus on the group, focus on each other. Is there anyone who would like to volunteer to go first?
Do folks need the script back up? I can put it back up.
All right, seeing no volunteers, I'm going to get my name generator, and I'll randomly pick someone who can go first, and then they'll get to share. Oh, there it is. And Alina, when I did the name generator, it brought your name up first. Could you, don't tell us what emotion you have, but deliver, if you could, Mary Had a Little Lamb, as best you can using the emotion that I messaged you. And let's see if we can guess it.
Okay. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece is as white as snow. Everywhere the child went, the lamb was sure to go.
All right, good job. Are there any guesses about what emotion Alina was trying to convey?
Happy.
Okay, we've got someone who says happy. Are there any other guesses?
Happy?
Alina, do you want to share with everyone what emotion you were going for that you wanted us to feel?
Yeah, it was happy.
Yay, nailed it. Good work, good work. How about you get to pick who goes next?
Okay. Sophie?
All right, Sophie, let's hear it. Don't tell us the emotion, let us feel it.
Harry had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere the child went, the lamb was sure to go.
All right, what guesses do we have about the emotion she's going for?
Annoyed.
Sad?
Annoyed.
Happy?
Sad.
We've got a few different guesses. Any others before we ask Sophie to reveal?
Meh.
What was it again, could you say?
Meh.
Meh? Kind of like meh, whatever. Very good. Could you please pick who goes next?
Meh.
Zoe.
That was the emotion. Meh.
Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. Everywhere the child went, the lamb was sure to go.
Good work. Let's hear some guesses from people. What was Zoe going for?
Sad?
It kind of sounds like nervous or like scared.
Like shaky.
Do you want to reveal what it was, Zoe?
Yeah, I was scared.
Good work. Nice. It's kind of fun. Can you pick who goes next for us, Zoe?
Peter.
All right, Peter.
Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. Everywhere the child went, the lamb was sure to go.
Mad?
Any other guesses? Peter, what were you going for?
Yeah, mad.
All right. Can you pick who goes next, Peter?
Does that help?
Janie?
Let's hear it, Janie.
Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. Everywhere the child went, the lamb was sure to go.
What's Janie going for?
Quiet. Oh, that's not emotion. Sad?
Any other guesses?
Nervous, maybe?
What were you going for, Janie?
Like scared, nervous.
Yeah, we had some guesses close to that. Can you pick who goes next, Janie?
Sarah.
All right, Sarah, let's hear it.
I'm gonna do really bad. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. Everywhere the child went, the lamb was sure to go.
Confused?
Surprised?
Confident.
Happy?
We've got some good guesses. Do you want to share what it was, Sarah?
It was surprised.
Nice, nice. Can you pick who goes next?
Who didn't go? Maybe Nate?
Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. Everywhere the child went, the lamb was sure to go.
Nice work. Let's hear some guesses.
Happy.
Funny?
Happy.
Do you want to share what it was, Nate? Yep, it was funny. Good work, good work. Who hasn't gone next yet?
I haven't gone yet.
Okay, go ahead.
Mary had a little lamb. His fleece was as white as snow. Everywhere the child went, the lamb was sure to go.
Nice work. What are people guessing for Alyssa?
Happy?
Excited?
Kind of a mix of both. Yeah. Any other guesses?
Shocked again? Like shocked or like surprised? Can you do it again?
Some were repeated. Why don't you share with us, Alyssa, what you were going for?
It was supposed to be a little silly.
I got it. Yeah. Good. Who has yet to go yet? I want to make sure everyone gets a chance. Okay, I see just on my screen right now. Let's go Daniel and then Meenakshi after Daniel.
Oh, no. It's okay.
Go for it, Dan.
Mary had a little lamb. Her fleece was white as snow. Everywhere the child went, the lamb was sure to go.
Nice work. Good job. What guesses do we have?
Adventurous, energetic.
Loud.
Bubbly.
It sounded like angry again.
What were you going for, Daniel? Ooh, could you say it again? You're muted.
Happy.
Yeah, we were kind of closer at first.
Yeah, I think we got close to that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's left?
Meenakshi was on my screen. I hadn't heard it yet.
Okay, so do I go now or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. Everywhere the child went, the lamb was sure to go.
Well spoken. Let's hear some guesses.
Gentle.
Kind of gentle.
Bored?
What were you going for?
Relieved.
Yeah, it's over. Good job. Who, if you could, raise your hand if you haven't gone yet. We want to make sure everyone can go.
I can't. We did a good job.
Okay.
Looks like Leonidas.
Leonidas, yep, go for it.
Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow. Everywhere the child went, the lamb was sure to go.
Well done.
That was good. I think they was
Scared.
excited. No, sorry, scared.
Nervous.
Nervous, scared.
Leonidas, why don't you share with us what it was?
Frightened.
Yep, I'd say scared, frightened, about the same. Is that everyone? All right, we'll come back to a whole group here in just a second. We'll quit sharing so we can see each other all on the same screen. So that's just kind of an example of a drill that we can do to get people to figure out ways to practice to become more comfortable using their voice to convey different emotions, to give them a greater sense of command or a greater sense of control when they're delivering a message. Just a fun little activity that we could do in a little bit of time. There is a little bit of time left, and what I want to know, and we'll probably share my email address in a bit in case you have other questions, but what other questions do you have about what camp will be like? We want to make sure we answer any questions that you have. You know, you've met Rebecca and I, you kind of have a feel for what we're going for in the camp and how we want to help you. And if you have any other questions, we want you to be able to ask, and then if we're good, we'll let you go on your way and we'll see you at camp. So thoughts, comments, questions?
What are we going to do at this camp?
I hope you enjoy it. It will be good.
What are we going to do at this camp?
What are we going to do? Every single day, you're going to give at least one speech, and we're going to work on your delivery so you become confident and poised. We are going to work on helping you be very comfortable being able to write a speech in a short amount of time that's clear, that is concise, that is easy for an audience to listen to. We're going to work on helping you become persuasive when you want to be persuasive, entertaining when you want to be entertaining, and informative when you want to become informative. So every single day we'll have exercises and drills. The thing that we just did was a very small, quick drill to kind of get people to think about how they can use their voice and their emotion to convey and change the meaning of words. So that's what we'll do every day. And then we'll end the week with everyone sharing a speech they work on throughout the course of the speech camp, to showcase their skills and everything they've learned. So that's what we'll be doing, Alyssa.
Is it going to be online?
Where does she live now?
Peter, what was your question?
Is it going to be online?
Yep, it will all be online, similar to this. Reason being is because of COVID. If we bring people together, the chance of spreading the virus is a lot greater. So we want to make sure you're safe, but also that you still have the opportunity to become a better speaker.
Never met her.
Any other questions?
Will we decide on like the topic of our speech?
We'll let you decide. And we have some exercises to kind of help you figure out, like some people, like my guess is, I don't know this, but if Zoe wants to be the Speaker of the House, she's probably going to focus on persuasion. Does that make sense? And if someone else wants to be a movie star, they're probably going to want to focus on entertainment a little bit more than persuasion. And the truth of it is, you're going to learn about all of them. And the best speakers have a little bit of each element in each speech, but we'll allow everyone to focus in on what they want. Any other questions? Okay, well, if you have any questions, you're welcome to stay. If not, we will put my email address into the chat box, because maybe you'll have a question in a day or two. And oh, Rebecca just shared it. You might have a question in a day or two, and if you or your mom or dad or guardian wants to send an email asking about a question, I'm happy to answer. If you want to stay for another moment or two and ask a question, you're welcome to do that. If not, you can take off and log out and have a wonderful day. So thanks for being here.
Bye.
Bye. See you at camp.
Good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.